Hey guys, TerMINator here with another Unison League video. So first off, I want to apologize for being MIA for like a week. It was really super busy for me. I had to do a lot of farming and I play another game, so it's just been super busy this week and I haven't had the time to edit the video. So I do apologize for those of you who were waiting for a Dancing Princess video. And I did make one, but I just, I didn't have time to edit, so it didn't come out. And I got sick a couple of days ago, so I still have a bit of residual congestion, so my voice is a little off, so bear with me. This was pre-recorded, so in this video I talked about the Dancing Princess, which I edited out, and I also talked about monsters that you can use in PVE as well as PvP, so I'll have the second half here for you. Alright guys, so these monster reviews or recommendations I should say is based on the fact that you don't have any other useful SSR to your monsters. So if you don't have any of these and all you have are the event monsters and R rank monsters, then these are some of the ones you can use. So the first one is the Mega Horse. He's pretty legit. He heals 20% of your maximum HP, and then it also removes debuffs, so this is pretty good. Banshee and where is the cow? Is he a cow or bull? Banshee and this bull are one of the most prized rare monsters out there. A lot of people, especially mages, right? Mages carry banshees instead of or the SR form Nemean instead of other buff monsters, because the buff that she gives is really good. Right now, though, Joan outshines the Taurus because she's the SSR to UR, and the Taurus still gives a better buff than her. I don't know exactly what she does. I forget. Like, I don't know the stacks. I'm that type of person. I don't really, care about this stuff until I get one, and I haven't gotten one, so I'll stick with the bull, okay? So the bull is also really nice if you're a lancer / soldier. The buffs really benefit you, and it helps you do a lot more damage. And the reverse is said about the Banshee / Nemean. Nemeans are really good for mages specifically, and both the Nemean and the Taurus benefit archers. So if you don't have any useful buff monsters, just bring these. Your team will love you, honestly. Especially if you're all mage team and you have a Nemean, they will adore you. Okay. And if you have this bunny is actually pretty good too. Nowadays, not a lot of people like to use haste anymore, so this is a good substitute for haste. So if you don't have any good monsters, again, you might want to carry this. Haste monsters, I don't know, like I feel like haste is not really used anymore, at least when I run, so but if you do want to carry a useful haste monster, you can carry the golem or this T-Rex guy, because they lower the defenses / magic defense, so the debuff helps your team do more damage as a whole. Okay, SR. So as I said before, these monsters go to SR. So this is the Nemean form, right? And then where's the Taurus at? Here it is. He looks like a pig, honestly. I thought he was a pig initially until I got him and I was like, oh, he's a bull. But whatevs, yeah. I wouldn't do Chew. I don't like Chew. I would rather carry like a Taurus or a Nemean rather than a Chew. For those of you who are lucky enough to get SSR monsters, here are some recommendations I have for you. If you have a Valk, regardless of what class you are, equip that Valk. And if you have multiple Valks, pick the one that gives you the best stats, okay? Next one, Poseidon. As I said before, Poseidon, what is it? She's kind of useless. He's totally useless. Where's the other one? Oh, and him. These three are entirely useless, basically. There is no better way of saying that. I mean, she's kind of useless. Well, not even. I take that back. But she blinds at least. The other two, they just do damage, and it's not even a lot of damage. It's quite it's quite sad. Yeah.
But if you're a beginner and you get these 3 monsters, do keep them for stats because they are good for that. And once you get better monsters, you just replace them.
He's really good. If you have him, he's really good in PVE specifically, especially against wind monsters. So during Alice event, or if a Mobius event comes out in the future with wind, he's really useful there because it will increase the amount of damage you do to those wind monsters. Okay. I just got him recently. I thought he was going to be my Joan, and then he came out and he was not a Joan. He had a mustache and a horse. But Nobunaga is, I guess, he's legit, I guess. I like him, but I'm just really salty because I wanted a Joan. I've been wanting a Joan since she came out, but she doesn't want me back. Okay. Alright, Winter Floor, she's really good in Coliseum. So if you have her and you haven't UR'd her because you thought she was useless, do it. She will be very useful for your team in Coliseum. So when you use her in Coliseum, you want to make sure that you go first on your team so that you can block everyone else's unis on the other side. Okay. The next one, Andromeda. Andromeda is really nice too. She increases debuff resistance and then decreases the opponent's, what is it? Attack and magic attack. So this is really nice for guild battles too. Guild battles, even in PvE, she's pretty useful. You can use this like on a boss monster or like in situations where there are a lot of mobs and you just want to mitigate the damage. You can use her. I love her on my Cleric. I use her on my Cleric, and then I have a Valk and I have an Eisen, and I'm pretty much set. Okay. Banky is actually okay. He's not the worst. You can farm him. You need 3 orbs to reforge him to SUR. So he's quite he's quite a nuisance to UR, but he's okay. Like he's half an Eisen basically. He does like around the same damage or probably more damage than Eisen. I don't know. This is 130. He is 160. So he does more damage than Eisen, and he defends you for 1 turn regardless of whether it's magic attack or attack. So he's like half an Eisen basically. And if you need like a monster to help you survive like some kind of attack, he's a good thing to have, and he's free technically. Sheena, I got her recently too. I was quite happy. So she removes status debuffs, and then she heals, and then she buffs crit, which is really good for one monster to have all 3 of these abilities. She's excellent for quests, and if you're a backline archer, you might want to carry her around with you too. And then Wind Valk, any Valk is good. Honestly, any Valk is good. But she's so pretty. Look at those beautiful wings. I haven't UR'd her. It's a sin, I know. But I have a not Battle Valk. What am I saying? The Valkyrie. She's the original. She's a free 30 cost monster, and she comes with Cleanse, which is really useful during events, especially to cure off those like pesky paralysis or blind. So if you don't have any other useful monsters, definitely like have her equipped in your main 5 slots and use her when necessary. Oopsies. Indra. So Indra, aside from Coliseum, he's not very useful, but in Coliseum he really does shine. I prefer using him over Winterfloor just because a lot of people balance during Coliseum, so like the buff, since I'm buffing first, it's kind of pointless because they might have buff removing monsters that come after me, so I'm not a big fan, but not a lot of people use Cleanse during Coliseum, so that's why Paralysis is really good, awesome to have. And 60% chance to paralyze, which is pretty legit. Marduk, Honestly, if you're watching this video, you might not have Marduk, but if you do, he's a good monster to have as well. He removes buffs, which can be very helpful during event quests, especially at the boss, where they tend to buff and you need to remove that buff if you want to survive in most cases. If you're a tanky son of a bitch, then good for you. You don't need Marduk to remove your buff, but most cases you do. Neza is really good. I like him kind of everywhere. He's good in Coliseum, he's good in guild battles, and he's good in PVE. He reduces the damage you take by... It's like having a barrier but for all your teammates, right? So he's excellent. Author, to be honest, I went crazy for Author because he looks so awesome. Look at that, the shonen face, and then Excalibur. He is the monster that does the most amount of damage so far in this game. Like, his one attack can like drop you down to half HP if you're the correct class. Like, if you're a cleric class carrying Author, your Author is not going to do much. But if you're like a mage or like even any class really that has a lot of damage, your Author would do like an insane amount. And he gives Heaven's Breath, and he gives a, what is it called? Time over heal? Heal over time. He gives a heal over time. So he's pretty useful in guild battles. I like my our mage Lion here. She uses it. She uses him exclusively, kind of, and he just wrecks people. But you have to be careful because he is 28 cost, so you don't always want to use him depending on what the other team throws. This was supposed to be a video about what do you do if you don't have useful monsters, but I'm just gonna go over these anyway, just in case you guys do get them, because eventually you will get something, trust me, trust. If you keep playing the game and you get like the free gems, so to speak of, you'll get something. You get like a gem a day, so if you save up for a whole month and do like a spawn at the end of the month, eventually you'll get something. Okay. Next thing, Succubus. Succubus is 25 cost, and she's the only 25 cost monster besides the Valkyries that is useful, and she debuffs and damages, which is really good for PVE, Coliseum, and guild battles. But with Lilith, you have to be really careful using her in guild battles. You don't want to use her during team unisons. You want to use your highest cost monster so your team wins, right? But if they're just trying to target you down and you get Unison first, you might want to use her to debuff the other team. Alright, Lilith, another debuffer. She's really awesome for the final wave in PvE, and even in guild battle, because she blinds, I believe, right? She can blind, and she reduces attack and magic defense. So debuffer plus blind, which is good. Aizen, I adore Aizen. As a cleric, I rely on Aizen so much because I'm still quite noob at healing, so I rely on him a lot to save my ass. I use him in guild battles too. Sometimes when they attack me for some reason, and I get Unison before anyone else, I use him to protect the rest of my team, or when I'm low on cost, I throw him up. So we have a bit of breathing room. Anubis, I can't really say for Anubis because I haven't used him so far, but I heard he's really good in Coliseum, especially when the opponent team has a cleric, because he curses, right? So curses means that they're not able to be healed. So if that happens, that cleric has to waste double the cost to get them healed, and by that time you should have most likely killed the person you're targeting. Succubus, she's also pretty useful in Coliseum, I would say. I like her. She's pretty and she's confuses, so it's pretty legit. And she damages, but like there are better options, of course. Jabberwocky is probably the cooler looking monsters out there, but I mean, he just damages, so he doesn't have any other kicks. That's why I don't really like him. I rather use Soul Taker because he does blind, I think. Yeah, he does blind and he damages too, but these are like the bottom of my picks when it comes to useful monsters. I totally forgot about Nihong. I don't know if you guys got Nihong, Nidhogg. I'm gonna call him Mr. Hog. If you got Mr. Hog right here, he's really good. He's the only debuffing fire monster I know of, and I probably the only debuffing monster that is in existence right now. So when he came out, we were really happy because we only have 2 Lancers in our guild, right? And we've always been complaining that, we don't have any utility monsters. So, even if we get Unison right off the bat in guild battles, we can't do anything really because, first of all, we both don't have Joan. We both don't have a Battle Valk. So, like, that leaves buff out of the question. There's no debuff monsters for the Lancer class, so that leaves that out of the question. And then there's really no utility monsters. So when he came out, we were really, really happy. So if you got him, you can use him during guild battles. He's a lot better, in my opinion, he's a lot better than Apollo. Apollo does do more damage, but he has a chance to miss, whereas Nidhogg, Mr. Hog, is 100%. He doesn't miss and he debuffs, so use him instead. And then Fine is my baby. She is the first SSR monster I've ever gotten. So I worship her. Even if somehow she would lose her utility in the future, I would still keep both of her in my possession. I got 2. People got mad because I got 2, but hey, I was super happy. I'm like, another haste monster to increase my magic defense. Perfect. Alright guys, so I'm going to leave you with that. It's kind of hard to find content to talk about, or rather to explain about in Unison League, just because there is not a lot to do besides to grind, and to talk about grinding extensively it's so boring. It's like, it doesn't make any sense for me because I have a really monotone voice and it just adds boredom to boredom, which doesn't make sense. It's like censoring porn, right? Like, what you're watching, so why censor it? Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll try to come up with more interesting topics in the future, but if you have any ideas, please leave a comment below. And this idea was kind of inspired by my friend here, by him.
Okay, that will be all. Thanks guys for watching, and don't forget to stay until the end of the video to watch a big reveal, and I hope you're not disappointed. Was that a bit much? I'm sorry. I just wanted to have a little fun. Hopefully you guys weren't wearing headphones, and if you were, I hope your volume wasn't turned on too high, or else rest in peace. Thanks for watching. Don't unsubscribe, please. And I love you all. Bye.